Hello lovely artists, here we are in the great big art room doing a quick little tutorial on how to do a graphite transfer for our cardboard hatching portrait. So you have worked away on rough paper to create your drawing of a portrait, remembering that we're not doing any kind of value really. We want to do all the value and shading with hatching on our good copy cardboard. But what we're going to do here is get all our proportions to a place where you're happy. You can erase a million times until you're really happy with the structure, the layout, and the proportions of your portrait. Then what we're going to do right now is do a graphite transfer of our image onto our cardboard. And the way we do that is you take your sketch on your rough paper. Remember that you can erase a million times until you're really happy with it. But once you're happy with the image, you're going to flip it over and you're going to actually cover the entire back of your paper in pencil. I like to push really, really hard. What's going to end up happening is the graphite or the lead that you're putting on the back of your paper is going to actually transfer onto your good copy cardboard. So I'm going to see if I can speed this up, but pause the video and feel free to cover the entire back of your paper in graphite pencil. Remembering, of course, it's going to require you to sharpen and resharpen your pencil a few times to get the whole thing covered. You do need to be thoughtful, though, that you cover every single inch. You don't leave any white showing through, or that area won't transfer. Okay, so now I have covered the back of my entire sketch with pencil lead. If you happen to have a B pencil or a dark pencil, that's often the easiest way, but you could definitely do this with a regular standard HB pencil. It just means you need to be pushing lots of pressure and doing lots of layers, right? You don't want it to look kind of like this where you've got empty spaces and it's really light. You want the back of that page to be really fully saturated and covered with pencil lead. All right. So here I have my sketch, back is fully covered. Now I'm going to find my good copy cardboard. I've got a small piece that's kind of the size of a piece of paper. You're probably going to be working larger scale, but either way, I find my good copy. I want to square up the image to exactly where I want it. Maybe you want it high so you can fill the background with some of your patterns and your ideas. Maybe you want it low so you're filling this area with patterns. But wherever you want that on your good copy, square it up. Grab masking tape, and you only need really small amounts of masking tape in each corner just to make sure it's not going to slide around on you while you're tracing it. So here I go. Tape these corners down nice and lightly. Alright, now I'm going to get my pencil again, and now I'm going to go back and I'm actually going to trace along. If you've got a sharp point from when you were doing your graphite on the back, soften that point so you don't pierce the paper. Then I'm going to go along and with fairly heavy pressure, I am copying or tracing along the line of my drawing. So what's happening here is that the lead that is on the back of my sketch, the pressure from me retracing it right now is actually pushing the lead onto the good copy cardboard. And that is going to create this tracing of my drawing onto my good copy cardboard. It's called a graphite transfer because I am actually transferring that graphite from the back onto my good copy. So I'm going quickly. You're going to want to go a lot slower, making sure, of course, that you're not missing any areas. It's probably best for you to come up with a system that maybe you're going feature by feature. And remember, of course, too, that I'm not including any values. I'm really just tracing the outline so that on my good copy, I can include the values later with my pen hatching, but I will get the structure and the proportions onto my good copy from this sketch. This is a pretty awesome practice for any kind of artwork where you can fool around on rough paper until you've got all the details exactly how you want it, erase 100 times, and then trace your work that you're happy with onto your good copy so that you don't see all those eraser marks. So I'm remembering every little detail, creating a hairline. I'm not going to include all these details because the values and hatch lines I'm going to do on my good copy cardboard with pen later. I just want to get the basic outline and facial features onto the page. Then, once you feel like, okay, you've got it all, I haven't forgotten anything, once you're there, don't remove the tape right away. Instead, I think I did the nose. I have to try to remember now. Instead, you're going to want to just remove a corner. So I'm going to show you. If I remove the whole thing and I realize I forgot an eyebrow or something, it's going to be impossible for me to put it back down where it was. So instead, pull up a corner and just check. So now you can see there's the shoulder line. Okay, I can check over here. Oh, there's the ear coming through. Hopefully you can see that. I'm going to lift just this whole side but not remove it. There we go. So now I can see the transfer. Hopefully you can see it in this lighting. I'm going to brush away some of this extra graphite. There we go. So now I can see where her eye is, the ear, the lips, the nose. All my details are there. It's nice and light, so it's not going to distract from the pen lines of the hatching that I do afterwards, but this is a graphite transfer. So you've got your sketch, you're covering the entire back with graphite. You'll notice it's messy, so just be really careful how you handle it so you don't get pencil lead all over your good copy. You're taping it down, retracing all your work, and that's going to press this graphite onto your good copy paper. Awesome possum. Have fun.